kind of a last minute thing for me. So trying to get myself situated here and see if I can see comments, if I can watch my own video here. So I have on my desk a 747 that came from BB Telpix. Sorry about that. And I'm just trying to, I'm going to go through putting it back together. Unfortunately, to get it to where I could get the pin count for him, I had to grind off the one post so that I could get it to turn over. That's not the ideal way, obviously, but that's what I had to do. He recently got I think it was a 200 that he was able to pry the pin out and get it put back together. So good for him for that. He really likes these American locks, and I do too. So let me see here. Still trying to let's see my channel, and there's my live video. Hey Snake, how you doing, man? Thanks for the congrats on the 200. I appreciate that. I didn't even realize it actually. Yeah. So I'm going to put this back together, but I'm going to leave the core out because I'm going to send it back to him. This one, I have my own 200 or 747, and mine is pinned here, so this pin won't come out. And down in this, there's an Allen screw that comes out to release the plate. His is different. His actually, there's a grub screw that went in the side that held the pin in, and this pin holds the shackle in. So it was quite different. And then the shackle actually pushes, if I can get it to slide, the shackle actually pushes down on this piece, then engages into the plate, which is far different than mine. So it's only spring pressure that's holding this down. So you got to get the, you do have to get the shackle out of the way. So let's see if I can get this thing back together here now. Let's see. And it's kind of cool that the shackle spring, actually goes into the shackle itself, which is also kind of wild to me. The bearing was a problem in the first place. So with the actuator, let's turn the actuator, then we can get there we go. Had to turn the actuator to get the shackle down in there. And then there is this piece. So then that piece goes in. There. So I'm going to have to undo the shackle. It's going to be a whole process to get it together. It's been a while since I took it apart. So let's see, we release the pressure there. And then we can get the shackle to lock in. I want to get it back together in a way that he can and I just messed it up because this won't fit through, will it? Yeah, well, okay. So this tool will fit through so that I can undo the shackle, but there it goes. So I'd like to get it back together so that you can get it apart, but I don't want it to, maybe I'll just keep it like, I don't want it to be confusing for him either. Man. So I guess I'll just sit here and do a demonstration of how it goes back together. So the first thing you would do is have the shackle ready to go in. Drop the plate in, and then to get it in, you need to have a tool to lock it. Normally there we go. Normally the core would be in there and you could use the key. He doesn't have a key for this, but I gave him the code to the pins so that he can then get a key made. Or yeah, repinning it. If you can get those pins out, he was able to pry the pins out. I have not been able to do that. So yeah, he might be able to do that. So basically you need a follower that has a half cut on the one side. Yeah, Snake, that is pretty interesting. I hadn't seen that before. So even getting this whole thing apart, I hadn't seen one like this, so it took me a little while. I had to do a little research on some 747s to find one that was similar to figure out how this gets apart. It was kind of crazy. But yeah, I have another follower around. Oh, here's my other follower. I wonder if this one fits through. If that's, no, it does not. So this is an American follower. So I'm kind of leery about sending it back to him like this in case he can't get it apart, because my follower will fit in there and I can get this apart. I'll have to reach out to him, but I kind of just want to have it back together so that it's in a few little pieces so that he could deal with it without it being all over the place. And I also wanted somewhat of a video of it so that so he can see it when he has to put it back together. I should go down to the locksmith and see if I can get a key made. That would be the best thing to do. So I have a bunch of his locks and I need to get them shipped back to him. All right. So the other reason I wanted to do this video is I haven't had a whole lot of time to do videos lately. I've been on a mad job search. My company that I worked for, I loved working for them. They got bought out by we were owned by an investment firm, and another investment firm bought us out. And then 6 months later, they let over half the company go. And I was caught in that. So I've been scrambling a little bit, and I don't know why I just tore both ends, but I did. So I haven't been making any videos recently, just trying to kind of get my head screwed on, I guess. And get my application and resume out there and all that. So, yeah, I got this in the mail from BB Telpix today, which I feel bad. He keeps sending me locks and I need to send him his stuff back, and I don't want to read that on air, so I'm going to set that aside. All right, let's see what he sent me. Another American, and he mummified the key with a, what was it, probably 38 special to block the key. Oh, this is a beautiful lock, and it's yeah, Series 40. I have a Series 40 here with the long shackle. So, oh wow, they're the same date stamp. That is awesome. So the exact same date stamp. They both have the brass tab on them. Just this one's a longer shackle, but these are identical, right down to the manufacturer number, QME, and then F5 for the operator. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, so let's take a look at this. I'm going to try and use, I haven't picked in some time. I'm going to try and use the pick that I got from Joe Picks. And my desk is a mess. I'm sure you can see it. Things are everywhere. I have not sat at this desk in a little bit. Best mummified key yet. Yeah, it's stuffed down in a 38 special. So you're not going to see the bidding on that one. That's pretty cool. Yes, sir. So I haven't picked in a while, so let's see what I can do here. Light touches, and Hey, Kraken, how are you, man? You have a 5360 stamped OME. I have a 5560, and I think I sent a 5530 to Joe Picks, and their SGK. Yours is OME. So OME, that I don't have the thing on me. Is that OME? QME. Yeah, why do I got these weird messages coming in here? Report that person here, see what I can do. All right. Anyway. So Kraken, tell me more. I can't tell you more. I booted him. Yeah, Snake, I don't have the manual, but obviously, do you know what the QME date code is? I don't remember, to be honest with you. I want to say it was like 80, not 84. No, it's newer than that. I want to say it's like 99. No, it would be 99. That would be a double. 2000, 2004. I keep oversetting the pins, trying to go with a little more firm pressure. After not having picked in a while, sometimes this pick, I like this pick, but it's a little bit wide. So, I don't know if you can see it too well, but it's kind of fat all the way out. It has a point, but it tends to catch, like this part catches a pin before. So, October 2000, okay. Too drunk to stream. Well, I don't drink. Good thing I don't drink, because I'd probably still be drunk from the news that I got a couple weeks ago. So anyway, so yeah, if you know anybody that needs a aging software developer that just recently got back into the career field, let me know. There, that feels better. So I switched to a thin multi-pick. So I decided to do this out of the package live because I didn't want to film it. I have another one that I need to post. He sent me, BB Telpic sent me a couple of locks a few weeks ago, and I have them on my phone. I just have not uploaded them. Man, this thing just... Okay, 5 feels set. Hey, Chris, how you doing, sir? So yeah, a little bit of pressure off. After one drink and down from there. What kind of work do you do, Snake? So, to catch Chris up, I was going over a 747 that I got from BB Telpix, and then he had just sent me this in the mail. This is a Series 40, American Lock Series 40, and it was manufactured QME F5. And I actually have one that I've had for quite some time. I've had this for a year and a half, or just over a year, I guess. That's also the same date code, same manufacturer, machine operator number, and everything. All right. Let me see here. What pick do I want to use? So, five springy, four has some clicks, but man, it oversets really quick. It goes one click and then just ratchets up. So, and everything else is dead too. So I'm reading some of you guys' messages here. Trying to do some just dancing across the pins, just doing really soft touches here. Yeah, Chris, I know you were you had some issue with your hands. How are your hands doing? Are you getting better on that? I haven't really watched a whole lot of videos recently with job searching and everything else. I've been kind of anxious and trying to stay out of a depression. Yeah, I already did the Vegemite. I'm not doing the Vegemite live. I already got rid of the Vegemite that I had. I almost I applied for web services one time. Actually just put in a resume for a front end engineer with them, but I'm sure they're going to have a lot of people hitting them up with some of these other major tech companies kind of doing what they do. But the job for AWS that I was looking at was in Oregon, and I didn't really want to relocate to Oregon, but I haven't looked at AWS in a while. Yeah, I'm hoping something would come out here in Phoenix because they have their software development for Phoenix. A lot of it's here, or for Amazon is here in Phoenix. I wouldn't mind moving to Oregon, but some of the stuff that was happening in Portland was kind of scaring me at the time when I was looking at AWS. Yeah, I just put one in. Uh, you say, and I actually didn't even think about that. I have friends that work, I actually worked for account health support. I was in a call center. Don't do that. Don't work in a call center for Amazon. I don't mind. I didn't mind the work. I didn't mind talking to the people. I didn't like being micromanaged and treated like a child. That was one of the things about it. Aircraft engine parts. That's awesome. We have Boeing here. I tried to get on at Boeing, but that hasn't worked out for me either. I've always been a fan of the F-15. I was in the Air Force, so the F-15 is my favorite jet. I have a friend that works for another aerospace company here in the Phoenix area too. They supply stuff to a lot of the major aircraft manufacturers. We also have General Dynamics here. I've tried to get on with them, but we'll see. Got a lot of resumes out. Never flying again. Yeah, I started working on my pilot's license when I was 15. I was like in my early 20s when I finally finished it after I got out of the Air Force. Now I don't fly. Thought about going back into it, but then it's kind of late now, but other things have happened, so kind of restricted on that. I miss Chris. I know Chris replied about his hands. Hands still so. Got new meds. Maybe helpful. Is it a joint thing or is it like tendons in the hand? What kind of? I know you said it's for gripping was an issue. And here I am reading messages, and normally this would be how I would pick. I would just like be watching TV and the lock would just open. This thing is super sensitive. And it seems like this one's riveted shut, but it seems like when I have ones that are like this that are super light touch, a rare rash. Huh. When I have locks that are super sensitive like this one, after I open them up and I gut them, they're never as sensitive as they were before I gutted it. So I have to say sorry guys. I have to say thanks for coming on the live stream here and chatting and keeping me company while I sit here and make a mess of this lock. I appreciate it. Today was a bit of a rough day. Man, I don't understand why sometimes you get an American lock where the pins just, they go from the click and then you just need one more click and then they snap over the shear line and just start running away. You know you overset it and it goes from just a really light touches to all of a sudden just there they go and you just cross that line. Interesting, Chris. Pins that. Yeah, this hammer, I got this for, yeah. I'm trying to remember why I bought this. Oh, I know why I got it. So early in my days of picking, I was talking to Ken Nixon, Pyrolock. And I kind of really dove into SFIC. So I got this pinning kit from him. And I got this base for taking the pins out of SFIC locks. And I was really into kind of those until they frustrated me with trying to get the pinning right. Because you can have all the numbers and all the math done right, and the pins still don't work. And you got to find a pin that works because the tolerances are just so iffy on SFICs. But that's why I bought it. I bought it so that I could tap the pins out with the brass side, and then I've done some other projects with it too. So I was trying to do some stuff with that 747. That's why it's out on my desk. My desk is a total mess. My desk is a Chris Capoon kind of mess. I'm just teasing you, Chris. Uh, but I haven't sat down here for a while, so the last couple of projects I've done, I've picked a little bit, and then I just kind of leave this stuff out, and I don't put it back. And yeah, I need to get better about that. All SFIC should be thrown in the trash. Yeah, I really liked the best ones but they're the Cormax, so they have a special pin in them and stuff like that. And so I was kind of diving into them a little bit, trying to figure them out. And I worked with Adam, Ad, I don't know, it's a bunch of letters, Advent Gert or something on that line. He's a good source for locks and stuff too. He's a locksmith in Minnesota or Wisconsin or something like that. I can't remember. you, it's not a Capoon mess you haven't seen up here outside of the camera frame. Yeah, Adam is a good dude. I had a couple of good conversations with him, and I've gotten a couple of locks from him too. He's a good guy. Him and Lock Sportsman out of Texas, they're both good to get locks from. Man, I hate that. I get some nice clicks, and all of a sudden they just chase. I hate that. And then everything just clicks and oversets. You know, I've found most people in the Locksport community have been pretty good. There was one incident that happened recently, or fairly recent. Somebody I was dealing with that had dealt with some other people before that I didn't really know much about their past, but every once in a while you get somebody who tries to be a shyster, but it's such a small community that they get weeded out. So most of the people that are around are pretty good. And I'm sitting here still making a hash out of this. Been watching golf videos lately, so I got that Rick Shields making a hash of this hole. I don't know why I can't get this. I'll turn the camera off later and I'll pop it right open. But yeah, some of these have really good tolerances, man. They're drilled so straight that and then other ones are just so sloppy tolerances that they're super easy. Yeah, because it's not even just the companies. I mean, there's like you had the problem that one time that it's not just that. I mean, usually the people within the sport are, yeah, they do hate cameras. You know, was it Rune or whatever? People had some problems with him, and he came back under a different name, and I didn't really know anything about him. I tried not to get involved in a lot of that crap, but I was talking to him under a different name and doing some stuff with him with 3D printers and that, and I didn't have any issues with him, but everybody else, and I'm sure maybe it was a matter of time. I don't know before something happened for me, um, but yeah, he kind of got drummed out again, and I stopped talking to him at the same time. I didn't want to. I don't know. Didn't want to get caught up in that, and if I defend him, then I'm on that list, and I don't need to be there. I just do this for fun. Cameras hate locks. Yeah. So, you know, I don't know. Have you guys ever noticed that with Americans though, that some of them you just barely touch the pins and they'll overset super easy on. Usually when I have that, I end up having to work on just getting the back three, but I don't know what it is about certain ones. I think it's just their tolerances are drilled a lot better. I don't know. Founders beer. Yeah. I mean, I didn't have too much problem with him with what I was dealing with him, but from what I understand, he got something's happened in his personal life, maybe similar to mine. I don't know, where maybe he lost his job or something, and then he did some questionable things, and he was trying to come back, but it's hard to come back from stuff like that when people don't trust you. Oh man, I feel like an idiot. I can't get this American Open. So that thing about throwing your first challenge lock into a lake, he was trying to be cool. I saw that video, but I also saw the one before that, not from him. He would make locks with traps in them that couldn't be recovered, and he sent it to Paradise, Pick in Paradise, and Paradise threw his lock into the ocean. So he thought he was going to be cool and be like Pick in Paradise, and he tried to do the same thing. That was just him trying to be like somebody he idolized is all. So I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying I remember that. I remember him throwing a lock into a creek or something like that. But I think he did it trying to be like somebody else, somebody that had done it to him. He thought he was being cool. And again, I'm not defending it. I'm saying I think that's what happened. Oh, I didn't. I remember there was something about a live stream, but I never saw the Paradise live stream. But I do remember Paradise throwing his into the ocean, that lock of runes into the ocean, and there were some pictures around. That was all a little bit before me, before my time. I just saw some after videos. Changed his name to Lock Kraken. I think I almost had it. I had some really good clicks on this. And I had the back three and I was getting some movement on the front. And then you went and did that. Oh, crap. Snake, you're a jerk. Okay, so now I've got some good tightened up pins here. There we go. Oh, thanks for the laugh, Snake. Thanks for the laugh. So yeah. All right. So there's that one. I almost feel like I should do this one now too, just in honor of it. But again, this lock came from yeah, um, BB Telpix, and it's definitely a fun little lock. It takes a lot of little light touches and getting them just right. And then you go back and you touch one by accident and it oversets so easy. Um, really good tolerances on this one. It's a fun little lock. And then this one, kind of to recap, since Chris is here, I couldn't get the pins out of this one. This is an old 747 that BB Telpix had sent me. So I ground off the pins so that I could get to the key pins. But now it's going to take a mess to get that thing back out of there. They don't come out so easy. So anyway, I'll get that in a little bit. I didn't mean to do that because getting it turned back over is a pain with these. Oh, I might be able to do it with this key. Could I do it with the key? No. Yeah, so I took the pins out and I got the numbers off it. It's actually 6 pins. They're all 6 pinned up. So that he can get it repinned. I might take it down to the locksmith and repin it just to get it back to him in one piece. There we go. You get it back to him in one piece. If I can get a key for it. I heard that the AM7s will work. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's a 6 pin and I've heard AM7. If one of you guys knows, then yeah, the pins are supposed to come out, but he actually sent me some pictures. He has an American Lock 200 with the same type of core, and he was able to pry the pins out, and then he was able to put them back. Pardon me. He was able to put them back, and the lock still works. So, man, good for him for being able to do that. I could not pry them out. I tried every which way to get them out, and I couldn't do it. So, yeah, and then my 747, there's a rivet here, and there's actually an Allen screw down in this channel to get this plate out. His is quite different. It's got a grub screw here, and then it's got a pin that comes out of that hole, and that's what holds the shackle in place. So I'm sure that this pin on mine holds the shackle in place because I could never get it out. But it's not a screw; it's pounded in there, so it won't come apart. And then to get the if I had a key, it would work better. But I can do this. Let's see. I think I can pop it open, and then once the shackle comes out, there's a block. There it is. There's a piece here that sits into this plate, and that stops the plate from coming out. It's held in by the spring pressure. And the one thing I showed earlier is I'd never seen this, but the spring, make sure I'm still in frame, the spring goes down in the shackle, which is really cool. So Saturday, what time Saturday, Kraken, is you said you're going to do a little promotion here. So what time on Saturday is your live feed that you're doing the Vegemite? And I did Vegemite once, and yeah, it's salty. So what time is that going to be? So try to get this back together as best I can. Got to get the bearing out of the way. I guess I don't want to do that yet. I want to put this in. Chris, you should join in on their Vegemite challenge. Okay, so that goes in. Push the lock in. I know Amazon has it. The stuff I had wasn't the solid stuff. It was It was sent to me by Prince, Average Life of Prince, and mine was like a squeezed bottle of it. And I know they have it on Amazon, so I'm sure you can get it in time if you want to join in, Snake. Let's see. It's 1 p.m. PST. Okay, so your PST, you're 1 hour. Oh, I hate this daylight savings time. I'm in Arizona, so we don't switch. So Central Time is 1 hour off of us. So you're 1 hour. No, you're 2 hours now the other way, right? So it's 6 here, so it's 4 PST right now. Echo, what time is it in Pacific time?
It's 6 p.m.
Echo, what time is it in Pacific time?
In Pacific time, it is currently November 10th at 5 p.m.
5 p.m. So it's only an hour off. Okay. So 1 p.m. So that would be 2 my time. All right. I failed my Vegemite challenge with Stinky God. Oh, Slinky got in. I have to go back and find your Vegemite challenge, Chris. I haven't seen it. Oh, and for Chris, you may have missed it. His when he mummified the key, it's electrical tape on here, but the casing, there's a 38 special casing is covering the bitting, so not seeing that bitting. So there's that. All right. Well. Oh, after 1 p.m. So anyway, guys, thank you for coming and keeping me company. It means a lot more than you know. Like I said, with recent events, today was a bad day. So thanks for coming and hanging out. Thanks for putting up with me roughly getting this beautiful Series 40 open. I love this Series 40. I love that the date is the same date as mine. That just blows my mind away. So, yeah. So, thanks, guys. I really do appreciate it. Have a great rest of your evening. Kraken. Try not to stub your toe on your way to bed when you go staggering up to your, or I don't know about up, but going staggering to your bed. Don't trip over your kids. Have a good one, guys. I could sit here and ramble all night, sitting here reading your comments and chatting with you, but would be cool to sometime maybe do a Zoom type chat and just sit and hang out and pick locks and chat like we're sitting around at a table. Do a live that way. I think that'd be pretty fun. So, oh yeah, and still got this from you, Snake. It's still sitting here as well. Aloha, boys. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Now I gotta figure out how to turn this thing off.